All right, so this is a video, walk around video of 1988 Fiat 125p or FSO 1500, whatever you prefer. This is an 88, so it already was an FSO car. Let me start with the good stuff. Car is really nice and very presentable. Car was imported to United States 3 years ago by a very good friend of mine, and he didn't drive it along with the other cars I'll show you as well. The car just sat in his garage for the last 6 months. Actually was almost not driven. I think it was probably started last time a couple of months ago. So we got it yesterday, or the day before yesterday is when we got it. We cleaned it up. The car was repainted. This was done at some point in Poland. Nothing was done here when it came to the States, so whatever happened to the body of the car as far as repairs, paint work, all happened in Poland. And it's a good thing, because these cars were prone to rust. It's very hard to find them preserved in original condition, and whoever did the paint work on this vehicle actually did a very good job. The car looks very nice. Another nice thing is all the rust that was hard to say how much, but really the only obvious evidence of any work is right by these lifting points. Everything else looks actually original, and the car is rust free. This was all again done in Poland, and here in Florida, I guess just because of nice weather, it didn't rust either, because we had it on the lift yesterday and the car is rust free anywhere you look, with some previous repairs that were done to the floorboards. That's the good stuff. Now, another thing that's nice is the interior. Interior is very clean and it looks all original. It has this vinyl that's kind of colored like to look like leather, but overall interior is very nice. There's really nothing to mention. The seats look good. Door panels, it has original headliner. Looks like there's a little dome light cover missing, or the lens. The dash looks good. They prompt to crack. This one actually doesn't look like it has any cracks, maybe some small ones over there, but you can't really see that when you drive the vehicle. So cosmetically the car is nice. The only thing to mention as far as the body is that it does have some waves or dents, however you call it, on the roof. This is an indication that a while back this was either a taxi or maybe police car, I don't know, but something was mounted to the roof at some point, and then maybe when they were removing it, I don't know, but the roof looks, it's wavy. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but there are some waves on the roof. They're not really dents, they're just waves. Or maybe there are some of them dents that can be probably pulled out. I think this is probably something we could pull out with a PDR. Now, so these are all good things. Now the car runs and drives. The steering feels very nice. Suspension feels very quiet. It really rolls nicely. Engine sounds good, and I'll start it for you in a second. Now the car does have one problem which developed after the car set. A carburetor. It has to be either replaced or rebuilt. What it's doing is, you can start it, it runs great, but when you try to accelerate under load, it just chokes and it bugs and it just doesn't go. Now, I had the same problem in my personal car, which is FSO Polones. I ended up buying a new carburetor in Poland, but we actually yesterday found people here in Jacksonville that told us they will rebuild this carburetor. It's a Weber carburetor. They can get parts and it will be rebuilt. Not sure how long it will take, probably a week or so, but this car will come with rebuilt carburetor, and we will make sure it drives properly before we actually sell it. I want to start the engine. So the engine is warmed up at this point, and it runs pretty good. Well, I guess it's not really warmed up. I drove it for maybe for a couple of minutes. So the engine actually runs decent, and you can rev it, but see what happens when you try to rev it, it does that. Engine is still cold. Now, one thing about the engine is it sounds good, it has power, but there is an accessory noise, and it seems like it is coming from a water pump. So it is kind of a rattle sound, and it's not even every time. Like right now I can't even hear it, but when it warms up it starts making that that rattling noise, which I believe it's coming. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know if you could hear that. That actually sounds like it is from a water pump. So at some point the water pump will have to be replaced. We changed oil in the car yesterday, and again, mechanically it seems very solid. The carburetor has to be rebuilt or replaced, which we will take care of, unless you want it the way it sits. All right, call us with any questions.